that respect to somebody else that you were giving? Okay. But you don't have an example that comes to mind? Okay, that's fine. Thanks. Let's give Christopher a hand. Anybody have an example for that person? An example of respecting someone and understanding every human being has a right to lead a dignified life. What's an example of that from everyday experience that you all had? Here in school. Here in school. Here in this classroom. Yes, sir.
Like the respect thing, you have the right to, I guess, walk down the hall without someone calling you names or.
Okay. Right. Okay. So everybody has experienced that. You walk down the hallway, you call somebody a name, somebody calls your name. When I was younger, people used to talk about people's mamas. It's funny. It's funny because the dude has made millions of dollars off a TV show called Yo Mama.
Oh,
Yeah, millions of dollars. We used to talk about that all the time. Now he's a millionaire off and telling Yo Mama jokes, going from city to city and having other people tell Yo Mama jokes. So what he's saying is true. And people can even take something that may be 2 words about them or about someone that they know or care about and fight over. People die over words like that, right? So you're right. Tell me your name again, man.
Tristan.
Huh?
Tristan Beiser.
Tristan?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So, again, dignity, understand every human being has a right to lead a dignified life, can begin with just how you talk to people, right? Okay? So, even in your homes, what's the first thing your parents tell you as a young child to always say when people give you something? Thank you. Right. So it's showing people enough respect even to say thank you. Because has anybody ever done something to somebody and they didn't get thanked? You worked your behind off, no one showed you appreciation for it? What's the example of that? Huh?
We're staying in for about 5 minutes.
Oh, is my time almost up?
No, go ahead. We got yes nutrition, but they're gonna stay in a few minutes.
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
just so I know how much time?
About 7 minutes.
7 minutes? Okay, we gotta go fast.
Okay.
Like an example that
When you did something you didn't feel like you were respected because no one thanked you. You have an example? No?
Or you don't
So
want to say.
if you think about it, we'll come back to it. So the second point, the definition of dignity is a dignified life means an opportunity to fulfill one's potential, which is based on having a human level of health care, education, income, and security. Anybody want to say that in their own words? What does that mean to you all in your own words? In other words, in order to lead a dignified life, you got to have a minimal amount of health and money and safety to even exist. Okay? How you all heard John talk about when he was young, he made $300 a week, right? How today that'd probably be about $1,000 a week. So one of the things that particularly young people deal with all the time is some of these things: healthcare, education, income, and security. Right? Is making sure that you have enough of that. Okay, and so that's why elections are so important. You all aren't voting age yet, but when you can vote, that's why you want to make sure people who are your leaders respect that about you, right? Respect that you and your families have those things, because everybody needs those things. Number 3, dignity means having the freedom to make decisions on one's life and be met with respect for this right. What's an example of that one? I'm going to stop talking. Y'all got to talk through 3, 4, and 5. What's an example of number 3? Does everybody understand it? Huh? Having the freedom to make decisions on one's life and to be met with respect for this right. Okay, did you have a choice to come here today?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, so you didn't have a choice to come here today, but do you have a choice right now whether or not you're listening to me instead of talking over me?
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, so that's an example of that. Decision that you make about how you're going to act and towards other people, right? And the expectation that other people are going to respect your right to make that decision. What's another example of that? You are in relationships, maybe you have a boyfriend and girlfriend, right? There are certain things that people can't do to you without your permission, right? Right? Right, so we have laws against rape. We have laws against people attacking other people, right? Okay, so these are examples of people respecting your decision that you make for yourself and being accountable for that. Number 4, dignity should be the basic guiding principle for all actions. So we talked about this before, so I'm not going to ask you what that means, but why is that important? Why should dignity, which we have defined as honor and respect for yourself and other people, why should that be the guiding principle for all actions? Yes, sir.
Because, like, before you do anything, you'll always think like, oh, if it's right or is it respecting somebody, so that's why it's important.
Okay. Right. Has anybody ever heard something called what some people refer to as the golden rule? You do unto other people as you would like them to do unto you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Why is that important? It's the same thing. Why is that so important? Yes, sir.
Because if you wouldn't treat your own self like that, then why would you treat another human being that's just like you like that?
Right. Okay. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? Why it's so important? Because if you look at a lot of what's happening in the world right now, we are at war right now. Where? With our country. Okay. And our country is going through what type of crisis right now? A financial crisis, right? Okay. And in the Middle East, there's tension between what two groups?
Russia.
In the Middle East.
Oh.
Jews and Palestinians, right? And let's bring it home to LA. There are Bloods and there are right. And so dignity, if we don't have dignity, respect for ourselves and other people, what may happen between you and a friend, you'll see it goes on to happen between groups. Then it goes on to happen between nations. And then, so dignity is the basis for all peaceful relationships, right? How many of you all like to be at odds with somebody else? You like to have people hate you. You like to hate other people. You like to have people who want to fight you, or you like to fight other people. No, most of us like to be at peace with ourselves and at peace with everybody around us, right? And we have to be able to live lives of dignity in order to realize that. Last one. Ultimately, our own dignity is interdependent with the dignity of others. What does that word interdependent mean? Interdependent. Yeah. Interdependent.
Is that an SAT?
It's an SAT word, maybe.
You're dependent on your intern.
Interdependent. What does the word dependent mean?
You need somebody to take care of you? Or
Okay, so it means what? It's what?
To connect?
Yeah, so everything, good. This is saying that our own dignity is connected with the dignity of others. So basically what we said before, if I want people to respect me, I have to show other people respect. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me ask you all something. I want 5 people, one at a time, to tell me what's one thing that they can do to show dignity to other people, to respect the dignity of other people. What's one thing you can do today, after we break up, after the session ends, after our day ends at about 11:30, what's one thing you can do to practice dignity? I'm going to ask my friend right here.
Hey, and Wilmot, can I actually get